Hi, this is Amazing Red, former X Division champion, and you're listening to the official podcast for Wrestling News Source.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 267 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast. Hey.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast.
That we are.
The podcast is on Twitter. It's at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler's at Tyler_Abear.
There you go. So really good stuff. Welcome to the show. Got lots to talk about this week. We've got feedback. We're going to talk about Raw. We're going to talk about Lucha Underground. We might dabble a little bit in Total Divas because I know Tyler watched it. We might talk about that for a little bit. Got some hot topics, Q&A, all that and more. Really good stuff. But first, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah? Hanging in there?
Doing good.
Yeah? You ready for WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Are you pumped?
I'm pumped for, just being there with good friends, watching,
So you're ready
wrestling.
for the party, not necessarily the event.
I mean, we have a bad habit of watching and talking.
Yeah.
So we do focus, but we don't. But it's just fun, we have food and just a party atmosphere, and plus there's money on the line. So
A little bit of money, not a whole lot, but $5, not too bad. We need to do a video about that.
It adds up.
And yes, it does. The more people we have, it definitely adds up. But we need to do a video describing what we do for that one day and put it on the YouTube channel. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Doug, how are you? Welcome back.
Oh, hey, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Glad to have you back. It's always nice whenever you're here. It's lonely when you're not.
Really?
It is. 'Cause, I mean, it's like I'm talking to a brick wall sometimes.
I am the brick wall.
Gotta carry.
He
gotta carry the
carries
show.
my carcass everywhere.
Gotta carry the show.
Hey, man.
You can only, Anyway.
It is what it is, homie.
Yeah.
It
You
is
know what?
It is.
I feel like hugging you.
Get your hug on.
You can give me a hug.
Go give him a hug. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hug it out. We miss Doug.
I'm going to be embraced today.
Oh, it's a simple embrace.
I was feeling the embrace. That was all about me right there.
Yeah. It was good.
I'm a selfish hugger.
I felt the love coming from that one. That was a good hug.
Yeah, man. No, I mean,
Are you ready for Mania?
Dude, it's so weird because it's just not something that's been on my mind. Like, I don't think, like, I've watched so little wrestling, and I don't just mean, like, WWE. I just mean I've watched, like, so little wrestling in general. I don't think I've watched so little wrestling in, like, since the last time I can remember. I just have no free time, and that's, it just is what it is.
It's devastating. But, we are glad that you can make it. We're looking forward to the WrestleMania party.
Yeah, I mean,
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun to hang out.
And it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be giving our WrestleMania predictions next week.
Like, as show-wise, and I've said this many times, I think I'm looking looking towards the NXT show more than WrestleMania, but we're not having a party for the NXT show.
Right. I mean, we might get together and watch it or something, but it's not going to be queso and snacks and money on the line. So, but that NXT Takeover show is stacked. Like, it's the card's looking really solid.
They already showed a video of Shinsuke talking on NXT programs. So.
Yes.
Or I should say he's going by Nakamura.
Yeah. No, they said Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're going to lean towards probably a little more saying Nakamura.
Yeah.
More than Shinsuke Nakamura, but I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But let's dive on into some feedback that we have. First bit of feedback we have is from Victor.
Is this the Victor? Is there two Victors?
I'll just say it anyways.
Victor.
Anytime we get a Victor, we'll just say it from now on. So we'll share the Victor. Saying, I feel as though WWE's priorities simply lie elsewhere. I believe the times we live in affect it greatly, more so than before. Websites ruining a lot of people's views on wrestling. Investors and merchandise, while always being around, have a bit more importance on them than the past. And what I believe to be the biggest change to everything, their other programs. Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views or special events are no longer the show anymore. They're the foundation to create other shows from. Total Divas, Breaking Ground, WWE Films, network exclusive shows, and so much more. Those are what WWE has been about for the past few years. And until they flop, they will continue to focus on the foreseeable future. They've grown from a wrestling company to an entertainment company, which means they're now... Oh, I messed something up. They're now about more than just wrestling. It's like the world of Marvel and DC Comics right now. The books aren't the main attraction anymore. They're the platform for the movies, shows, toys, and games. Sorry for the long post. Hope this all makes sense. As always, thanks for the great show. So thank you, Victor. And very good input. I like that. It makes a lot of sense. You know, comic book characters and superheroes have become mainstream, and you know, people don't go to the source material for the entertainment. Now they're going to the movies.
I mean, also was saying about, you know, until like they'll realize all of their like entertainment shows will flop. There's been some of their entertainment shows that have flopped.
Yeah,
they're not that good.
Yeah,
but they do have hits. So.
They have hits with their misses. Yeah, more so with the misses, but I don't know.
I mean, I think the main difference between the comparison he's trying to draw between like Marvel and DC becoming more entertainment companies and in general, and WWE becoming a more in general entertainment company. I think the comparison he's trying to draw there is a little different because Marvel and DC are telling superhero stories, or just telling them in a different medium. Like WWE is looking to tell stories outside of the genre of wrestling, like with these quote unquote entertainment shows that he was talking about. So it's a little different in the fact that, you know, like, you know, the Avengers is still about the Avengers. It's just a movie and not a comic book. Whereas some of these shows are not necessarily about the characters of the wrestlers and maybe, you know, other like who they are as people, or
right.
You know, like Batman's not about Ben Affleck playing Batman. It's about Bat. You know what I mean? There's it's a little different.
A little bit. Yeah. But overall, yeah, I mean, and not to mention, you know, back in the heyday of, you know, the popularity of wrestling, there weren't as many channels, there weren't as many options for people to go to, so they're trying to diversify their product so that they can reach a wider audience while still connected inside that brand.
I feel like they're doing and I'm like super out of the loop. Like I have these past 6 months, like I've been so hit or miss for me. But as far as like where I've been able to touch in and out at, I feel like they're doing some things to try to like dual appeal to like different segments. Whereas, yes, they're doing some of that like Edge and Christian and stuff, which is what he's talking about. But I also feel like stuff like this Cruiserweight show are like designed to appeal to, like they are specifically appealing to different audiences, not just saying like we are just catering to this audience. They are trying to hit on everybody.
Yeah.
So.
It's like their upcoming show NXT Kids, where like they have a guest kid as the commentator, you know, kid as a
that was like that
ring announcer
show they had on Saturday mornings. You remember that they tried that
Saturday Morning Slam?
Was that they had a kid commentator with one of the regular commentators?
I don't think it was for that.
It was on in the morning. I remember they had one match or maybe two matches.
It was like heavily stuff. It was like really heavy edited matches and some backstage stuff, but yeah, I mean they're just trying to appeal to a wider audience, I guess.
Speaking of
more demographic
in WWE movies, did you get that link I tagged you in? That's something that you may like.
I had seen it before you tagged me in it, and anytime Rusev is holding a gun, I'm you know, you're catching my interest.
There's a movie coming out, and I had to roll my eyes at it, just because it's like
it's called Countdown.
Yeah, Kane and Dolph Ziggler are cops.
Like buddy cop thing?
No,
Or they just
Kane is chief, and then Ziggler is the ragtag. You know, I'm gonna break the rules, and
is it
all
like he's
that.
the star or whatever?
Yes.
But the crazy part is it deals with WWE because they go backstage too, and like they're undercover as wrestlers, right? Or
Yeah.
And
Or Ziggler does.
Ziggler
he's
does.
supposed to infiltrate backstage and gain the trust and find out where this little girl has gone missing. She's been kidnapped, so he has to find out who in the business knows information. And you know, it's showing like clips from, like, I'm guessing a house show where like the Ascension's walking to the ring and it's got Stardust and stuff like that. And then it shows him backstage and he's like chasing someone down, and all of a sudden like he runs into Rusev, and Rusev has a gun, but he's in his trunks.
yeah,
Is he playing himself? Is he playing?
He's playing Rusev.
Oh, wow.
And
and
he's
he like super kicks him. He, like
Ziggler super kicks Rusev.
This sounds amazing.
We'll show you after.
I love that he's playing himself and he pulls out a gun.
He's like, "Who the hell are you?" or something like that. You know, I need to see some ID. It's pretty wacky. Out of
There's a trailer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Out of
Because I don't
all,
think they showed it on WWE. I think I found it on Facebook.
oh, it was on the WWE
WWE's
Facebook page.
Facebook. Yeah.
Out of all of the WWE Studios movies that they've ever produced, I think this one I might have some actual interest in.
Because it's probably so cheesy that we'll like it.
It's so terrible. You have to watch it.
I'm like, are they really doing that? They're cops, but they're also, he's a wrestler too, and he's backstage, and like, I don't know. I think it's funny.
I think they're copying Lucha Underground with the undercover cops posing as wrestlers, but that's just me. Anyway,
Who knows?
yeah. So be on the lookout for WWE Studios Countdown or whatever it's called. Trying to find a little girl gone missing.
This is probably not in a theater near you.
No, of course not. It's straight to DVD. Yeah, not even a Blu-ray release. It's straight to DVD. So let's dive on into Raw. One of the last shows before WrestleMania. I only have 1 week to go after this. It's crazy. I'm still not convinced for this Mania, but I was about at this point last year, and we were all pleasantly surprised. So we'll have to see.
Who knows?
But we kick things
they'll
off.
Pull a rabbit out of their ass.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think one of the things that like fascinates me about Mania is like, instead of a long build for a lot of stories, they sort of just like threw a couple of matches together. And it was like, yeah, that's WrestleMania. And like currently Bray Wyatt has no opponent, which
He's injured, isn't he?
he
back
like
injury.
teetering back and forth. Yeah. But you'd figure they would have put him up against someone or something. I mean, like, is he going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal now? Or what's the deal for that? You know,
Because they don't have nothing even for the Wyatts.
Mm-mm.
Like, not just Bray, but like the...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They might just be tossed into the Battle Royal. But we kick Raw off with Stephanie McMahon coming out and talking about how Triple H isn't there, and it's not because of what Roman Reigns did to him, which Roman ended up making him receive like 6 or 8 stitches or something like that, or staples in his head, something like that, from their brawl last week. And then Roman comes out and she's like, "Oh, typical, you find out that my husband's not here and you're going to come out here and talk trash." And, he did a really short promo, which I like, keep it short and sweet. Don't make it cheesy. He came out and said, "Listen, whenever your husband gets back, I'm just going to beat his ass. I'm going to go into his arena."
Straight to the point.
Yeah. I'm going to go to his arena, stand in his ring and take back my title. And then Stephanie went to slap him and he caught it. Caught her hand and said, "No, I'm the authority now." So, short, sweet, to the point. Really good. I liked it. The crowd was, I'd say, 55-45.
Where were they at?
Philly. It was, I was doing the Twitter for WNS for Raw, and everyone was like, "No, I'm here," and it's like 80%. And, that might be true where you were sitting, but from what I was hearing, whether it would be piped in or just that particular crowd that they, had the microphones on, it was a solid mixed reaction. Something that you would hear in Cena's case, where it's like, the guys are screaming boo and the ladies and kids are cheering. But we got the opening contest, Kevin Owens going up against AJ Styles. And this matchup was pay-per-view quality. It was very well done.
I missed this one. Was it was it better than the SmackDown match?
I didn't get to catch the SmackDown match, but the critics and reviews that I saw online comparing the SmackDown to Raw, saying that Raw was the better one. Mostly because they got more time. And they did get more time. They had 2 commercial breaks in between. So, I mean, it was probably a 16, 17-minute match. So they got some good... good length in the match. The crowd was hot for it. It had really good action. Super kick into a Pele kick. Both guys go down,
Hopefully they'll have a feud in the future.
Yeah, and I was kind of hoping if we didn't get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, I was hoping that we would have gotten Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles for WrestleMania. And this was sort of like their way of saying, here, we know y'all wanted this, so here's this. Before WrestleMania.
Yep.
And it was a solid matchup. These guys, went and tore it down. But in typical WWE fashion, you got to progress the storylines. Chris Jericho came out on the microphone, AJ Styles, teasing him, causing the distraction. Kevin Owens gets the roll up for the win. But prior to Chris Jericho coming out, that was an absolutely solid matchup, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Was that the point where Dolph came out too? And
that was right after the match, yeah. AJ Styles went and chased after Jericho, and then Dolph Ziggler came out, The Miz came out, Zayn came out, and basically all saying, we want the title. I want to face you at WrestleMania. And Owens basically saying, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go backstage, I'll make something happen, bless you. I'm going to make something happen. We're going to have a triple threat match to determine the number 1 contender. Sound fair? And they're all like, yeah, that sounds fair. So,
but I really thought they were going to go with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping
this is
for
like,
that.
what, 2 weeks before, and they're throwing this last minute.
Yeah. Again, that's why I'm like, I'm still not too sold on WrestleMania because, we're 2 weeks away and they're throwing a match together.
So what are you... assuming the match is it formally announced? Or
yes, it has been announced.
What does it say it again? The match?
It is. It's going to be a 7-man ladder match.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming they were going to do some like clusterfuck.
Yeah,
they're throwing people that wasn't even in that segment or has nothing to do with that in there. I guess to give other people a shot.
Well, can I guess like who the 7 people are?
Sure, absolutely.
Is it for the IC?
Yes.
So it's Owens, Zayn.
Zayn.
Are they throwing AJ and Jericho in?
No.
No? Okay, so Owens, Zayn, Neville?
No, he actually went out. You weren't here last week. He is out with an injury.
Yes. Shattered.
I don't know if he shattered. He might have sprained his ankle or something, but he is out. He's out for Mania. He got injured last week.
Miz
is in. Yep. You've got Owens, Zayn, Miz.
Crazy Cop.
Ziggler. Okay, that makes sense.
Ziggler. I guarantee no matter how many guesses, you probably will not get the very last one.
I literally haven't seen any of the shows, so I don't know what the angles are.
Stardust.
Okay.
Sin Cara.
Okay.
And Zack Ryder.
I mean, have anything they've done
nope.
Just here are some guys.
What happened?
Those 3 guys in.
Well, what happened is later on in the night, Owens goes backstage. Hey, Stephanie, I was thinking, these 3 guys, you're trying to attack me. I want to have a number 1 contenders match to face me at WrestleMania. She says, yeah, sounds great. Go out there and make it happen. So later on in the night, he comes out and he's like, all right, the first person feels like they've been here for a very long time and haven't gotten their due. He's like a star now. He introduces Stardust, so Stardust comes out, and then he's like, oh, the next person, has hidden behind a mask for however many years, and he's wrestled all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Sin Cara, and Sin Cara comes out, and then he does, another thing for Zack Ryder. So they have a triple threat match for the number 1 contendership. So as they're fighting, Owens is on commentary. Zayn, Ziggler, and Miz all come out, and they're confronting Owens. They start brawling. It brawls into the ring. The ref throws out the match, and then Owens goes backstage and is like, "Did you see what happened? They were all ganging up on me."
He keeps on calling it KO Mania.
KO Mania, yeah. He was like, they're all ganging up on me. Because at one point, they all started trying to get a piece of Kevin Owens. And so she's like, okay, well, you know what? You want to be like this and show what KO Mania is all about. It's not even KO Mania, it's WrestleMania. And so you're going to defend your title against all 6 of those guys. Oh, and since you're talking about climbing the ladder, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. It's going to be a ladder match.
So have they not played into the Zayn thing at all?
Not really.
The only thing they did, because that time he came out and ran and started attacking him, and then he had a match the next week with, was it Stardust?
I think so.
Or The Miz, one of those. And Kevin Owens was on commentary.
It was The Miz.
And that's when he was trying to distract Sami Zayn. But, I mean, there was a little direction with it. Maybe not much, but there's kind of like, hey, oh, they got Sami Zayn on the roster now. Yeah, he did attack you this one time or whatever. Now, guess what? We're going to still throw you in with all these guys. And it's like not focused on those two.
It's like you would figure that the cluster match or the ladder match would be for the United States title because you already have Kalisto on there. He's known as being the high flyer and he can do amazing things on the ladder and all that. So you figured that would have been the match to
Aren't
throw
they
it
already doing a ladder match for Kalisto and Ryback?
No.
That's not a ladder
Supposedly, or from what I've seen, I haven't heard otherwise. It's just going to be a one-on-one.
You would fucking know before I would.
Yeah, but from what I've seen, it's just a traditional one-on-one for the United States title. So it's an odd match.
Yeah. This close to Mania, and they're throwing it all together. Maybe they'll do it like Owens wins, and he still have to fight Zayn, or Zayn wins, and Owens goes after him.
Maybe. We'll have to see. But we have one more week before we give our predictions, so let's not jump too far.
I will jump how far.
All right, dude. Okay. All right, so who's winning at TLC this year?
Everybody.
All right. So, or wouldn't it be half the people? Unless there's a triple threat match, then it'd be 33 and a third percent.
Do your statistics,
nope.
Scott Steiner.
Nope. So, after that, we got a previously recorded segment with Ambrose talking to Terry Funk.
Well, actually, before that, I think it was last week, Mick Foley gave Dean Ambrose a gift, and it was his
barbed wire bat.
Barbed wire bat.
What do you mean gave him a gift?
He said, considering it, he's like, they had a conversation backstage where Mick Foley came out and was like, dude, why are you challenging Brock Lesnar? You're like, do you know what he's going to do to you? And he was like, well, you're Mick Foley. Were you scared whenever you were on top of the Hell in the Cell? And he was like, hell yeah, I was petrified. But, I kept going because that's what I do. And he said, well, I'm Dean Ambrose, and this is what I do. I keep going. I know I'm in for a fight.
Oh, so you're just there to give him the robe or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, Mick Foley was like, okay, I can appreciate that. I like that. I want you to take Brock Lesnar to a deep part of your past, a dark place and scary place, and consider this a passing of the torch gift. And so he hands him a big red box, and he opens it up, and it's a barbed wire bat. And so this week, he's at some restaurant or bar area, and Terry Funk shows up, and he's like, hey, man, if I had a son, I'd want him to be just like you. And if I had a daughter, here, I got you this.
Yeah,
and he hands him a chainsaw.
If I had a daughter, he cuts off.
He's like, if I had a daughter, oh, man, here you go. And so gives him the chainsaw, and again, passing the torch, so to speak. So
who's going to be next week? Who's going to give him?
The Sandman, bringing him a kendo stick? I don't know.
Whoa. It's a big drop-off. Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and then the Sandman. Come on, guys. It's a big fucking drop-off.
Colin Delaney?
Well, it wouldn't be the Dudleys. Give him a table.
Yeah. Who would be your third?
I mean, you're supposed to keep it on an even plateau.
Tommy Dreamer,
or go up.
What about? Oh yeah, because you can't really be a chainsaw, but Rob Van Dam can give him a chair.
I just mean like.
Oh yeah, the status of.
Yeah.
No,
that's a big.
Not Sandman. Not Sandman.
All right, Tommy Dreamer then.
I mean, come on, that's a step down.
Rob Van Dam with a chair.
I mean, Foley and Funk are all time dudes.
Yeah, that's still a step down. Rob Van Dam still a step down. I don't know.
Well, if y'all guys can't come up with
That's what
somebody,
I'm saying. They should probably just leave it alone then.
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
I mean, Terry Funk's been all-time great, and Foley is, a legend himself. I don't.
Former guest of the show.
Maybe
Foley.
Can't just fucking.
Al
you can't
Snow
just
will
put
show
any-
up and give him head.
Yes, that's exactly what'll happen. Al Snow will give Dean Ambrose head.
Or Perry Saturn will show up and give him a mop. I don't know.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan will show up and give him a 2x4. Jake the Snake will show up and give him a snake. Trouser snake.
Yeah, they'll probably stop after this.
Fun fact, it was recently announced, Jake the Snake Roberts is now an ordained minister.
Oh, really?
So you can get married by Jake the Snake.
So he wasn't a minister whenever he was doing the gimmick, or
I'm guessing no.
Hmm.
So, anyways, so Dean Ambrose received a chainsaw from Terry Funk. Let us know in the comments who you think should give Ambrose a gift next week, who it should be, and what the gift should be. So, good stuff. After that, we got another matchup, Big E going up against Rusev, and the New Day cut a promo on the League of Nations. To me, it fell kind of flat. They were doing this whole "you are trash" kind of thing.
yeah, that was weird.
It was kind of
They were like
not their best.
They're hot garbage, and they would say something about one of the members, and they'll kick the trash out of the ring, and when they kicked it, they go, "Oh, booty!"
Yeah,
but now, yeah, they're officially face.
Yeah,
New
pretty
Day,
much.
'cause
I
they're
did
fighting the League of Nations.
I did laugh at Rusev though. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Kofi was going on and on Rusev about, man, I'm so glad that you're wearing boots now because we couldn't take any more of your stinky feet.
Oh, no,
It was smelling and stuff like that. Did you see what he was doing
No.
while Kofi was saying that? He grabbed the water bottle and sprayed it under his armpits and started washing himself. He was like, "There, I'm not stinky now." Just small little
Every
things.
time I think of Rusev now, I think of Rusev with a gun.
My favorite Rusev quote is, "I like wizards."
I'm bummed that they're beefing because didn't they have that? Do you remember the one time they teamed on Raw where it was New Day and Rusev versus whoever the fuck they wrestled?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh yeah,
and then they something happened a couple of weeks later, a month later, and they ended up on opposite teams and they talked shit, but they left Rusev out of it because they acknowledged that they had teamed or whatever. I was kind of hoping they would still.
What was that
acknowledge it.
time they were with them and all that stuff?
that was
And,
when
they were walking
Rusev
down-
was the TV champ.
Yeah, and then
Grabbed the monitor and walked backstage.
it was all of them, I think, maybe except for Alberto. They were walking down there and stuff, or they're walking down the ramp, and Sheamus was trying to say some weird stuff, and they looked at him like, "Whatever, man." You remember that? They were they were all trying to act cool and stuff, and then
Oh, the
Bear
New
and
Day?
stuff, and then Sheamus was saying goofy stuff, and they just looked at him like, "Yeah, no, don't say that."
Don't embarrass yourself,
So
kid.
no, I don't like this whole situation, but I don't think they don't have anyone else for them to go because right now the Dudleys are feuding with the Usos.
Yep.
So
And that's sad that you don't have any other teams for these guys to feud with. Anyway, so it was Big E going up against Rusev, the battle of the big men. Started off a little slow, but then it got exciting. The League of Nations were beating down Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston on the outside. Then they started coming back and fighting and brawling, but Big E ended up getting the victory. And, good stuff. After that, Big Show came out, stood next to the Andre the Giant trophy.
oh, he was face.
Yeah, completely face again. Got back in the ring, said, I'm a big guy, and you guys always tell it like it is, blah, 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 blah. But, I know in my heart that I'll never be the best because Andre was the best. And I can only hope that to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal a second time. And Social Outcast come out and said, "No, man, you're going to be losing." And he said, "Well, I'm just trying to think about which one of you I'm going to knock out first." And then he started attacking them, but they attacked back. And then Kane come out and chased him off. And then Big Show went to give him a hug saying, "Hey, thanks for saving me." And then
He goes to
Kane,
the corner of turnbuckle,
yeah,
and then he turns around and Kane choke slams him.
choke slams him from the ropes. It was
Oh,
crazy.
Didn't it Big Show win last year?
Yes, and Cesaro the year before. So we'll have to see how it all
Who
plays
else
out.
could it be?
After that, we got a WrestleMania Rewind match. Chris Jericho going up against Fandango. It's been a while since we saw him.
Yeah, on TV, yes.
Yes.
But I am not digging what they're doing with AJ and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Because AJ comes out, tries to distract, he goes, "Why to
Jackass."
Does the same thing that Jericho did to him, but it doesn't really affect.
It didn't faze him because he's above that. He's the best in the world at what he does.
Didn't Fandango do a move to him, but he kicked out or something like that, or
he tried to do the leg drop and missed, and then a couple other things.
So it didn't do. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was designed. That was what it was for. It's like, no, you're not going to use my same trick. You're not going to do the same thing that I did, and I'm not going to lose. You can try it, but I'm not going to lose. That's why I'm better than you. But Chris Jericho does end up getting the victory over Fandango, however you want to say it. Basically saying, I never lost that match. And then Styles went up to the ring to try and brawl with him, and Jericho ducked out and got out of there. So after that, we got to see the triple threat match. Like I said, Stardust, Zack Ryder, and Sin Cara to determine the number one contender. It ends up being a no contest, which is beyond comprehension for me because I thought there was no disqualifications inside of a triple threat match. But what do I know? I'm not the WWE. I don't make
What
the
do you
rules.
know?
Apparently nothing. Because this match got thrown out after all the guys decided to start brawling with one another. And then it was announced later on that we would have a 7-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Shortly thereafter that, Roman Reigns, or Stephanie McMahon, I should say, was going to exit the arena and leave the show into chaos. And Triple H got out of the vehicle that was her vehicle to leave. And they were like, oh, baby, I'm so glad to see you. So they both got in the car, shut the door. The garage door starts going up as, they want to leave the entrance, but hang on, there's Roman Reigns blocking their path, and he calmly walks over to the vehicle, throws the door open, and then they realize that he's there.
Oh my God.
And Roman yanks Triple H out. They start brawling a little bit, and they manage to escape, though.
They escaped with their lives.
Yes, they barely escaped. My God, how did they do it?
They almost got speared and fisted.
Fisting. So after that, we got to see Charlotte go up against Natalya. This was a fine matchup. It wasn't as good as their Roadblock match, but it was a good one nonetheless. Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch were on commentary for this, but Charlotte did end up getting the victory. Anything to really add from it?
Nope.
Okay. After that, we were probably 15 minutes before the end of the show, and they had just a quick matchup between Bubba Ray and R-Truth. R-Truth got beat down. Bubba Ray gets the victory. Goldust tries to come out after Devon starts attacking R-Truth as well. Tries to make the save. He gets beat down. Then the Usos come out to make the save for them and chase off.
R-Truth and Goldust a team?
Nope, not yet.
It was weird stuff. It was like Goldust wanted to try to be R-Truth's partner. Truth wasn't having it. Then something weird happened, and they reversed the roles.
Mm-hmm.
Where Truth wanted to be Goldust's partner, but Goldust wasn't having it. So I don't know. It's weird crap.
Yep. And it's still going.
Still going.
So, whatever. But after that, Vince McMahon came out, and he had an announcement for the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Shane McMahon. And that is, if Undertaker loses, it will be his last WrestleMania.
Which I don't understand this shit at all.
Yeah.
Just because they're leaning towards Shane taking control of Raw. Or that's how they want to put it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Or is that how they're trying to sell it to you?
That's how they're trying to sell it. Like, he's going to take over Raw. Like, as the, the boss.
Yeah.
Of Raw and all that stuff. And then, like, if that's what I know they want to bring him back because they're low on, quote, star power for Mania. So why would they bring him to lose? I don't know.
As an attraction.
As an attraction, because people want him, but also you don't want Taker to lose because that's his last Mania.
Supposedly.
So I don't know how they're gonna get around. They would more likely be better for like Undertaker to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care. Last week they went face to face, and you should see Shane McMahon's punches.
Who's Shane and Taker?
Yeah, they duked it
Shane's
out.
never had good punches.
No, it's always been very bad. It's been very, very bad. I don't know.
Shane's strength is he'll fall or jump from somewhere stupid.
And that's exactly what we're looking for at Hell in a Cell. That's exactly what we're going to get.
They're like on the Facebook, they're like showing so many videos of him working out and stuff, and also the stuff of his past, of how many matches he had. They'll show clips of his matches. And you think Shane's ready
It
for
would be
Taker?
amazing if like his workout for the big match is just him getting thrown off of shit and him like falling from
All right, this time we're going to throw you through 2 panes of glass. All right.
What was it? They were showing that. What was that? Was it with Kurt Angle where he slammed him through that glass? That was it? Or like he hit it one time.
He hit it once
cracked.
and then fell.
And then
No,
one
it didn't
time-
crack.
Oh, it didn't crack.
He just bounced into
hit
it.
hard. I'm like,
And then he landed on his head.
because I didn't see that before
Yeah.
until they showed that. And I was like, oh wow. But I don't know how they're gonna go with this stuff. Like, I don't really necessarily want to see this match.
Yeah.
But like,
I
still
mean-
cool that he's there. Hey, it's Shane. Yeah.
People are hyped for this match. But, you know, I don't think they're looking at it in the long term, you know. It's like, okay, if Shane wins, then Undertaker will have now lost 2 matches, which at this point the record is what it is, you know. As much as we'd
don't
still like for him to be
Count
undefeated.
it as anything because he lost, and then like the streak is gone, so the streak doesn't mean nothing to me.
Right. But it's still, okay, if you only lose twice in your entire career, one of them was to Brock Lesnar and the other one is to Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
So
There's also rumors that are
if he
like,
loses, it won't be on the up and up. It'll be shenanigans.
yeah,
like
well, of
there's,
course.
there's rumors that like even though he's not competing, that like John Cena may come and help distract or whatever to help Shane win or something.
I don't know.
It's weird stuff. I don't know.
Because I thought they wanted to do Cena, Taker, and will do it next year if they're both.
Cena has announced he will not be at this Mania. He will not be at this Mania. So, or he won't be performing.
Yeah. He
Well,
said
I mean,
he's
I'm
going to be
saying-
watching
I'm
it.
piggybacking off of what you were talking about with Cena getting involved, saying that the plan was originally to do Cena, Taker,
Yeah.
and they will probably. I mean, there's a good chance if he's coming back that they'll do it next year. So this is a way to,
Tease into it.
Yeah.
well, not just tease, but actually get there by, you know, just transferring into the next match.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my gosh, it was those punches, man, on Taker and all. Even the week before, or maybe the 2 weeks before,
The security
when
guards.
the security guards, they're like, because Vince's like, oh, get him out of the ring. He was like, no, guys, you better not. I'm warning you.
You have been warned.
I can't. You have to see it. Man.
Why did they just let him do some like fucking chokes and shit? He supposedly he does jujitsu. I don't know why they didn't just let him like.
Yeah, they show a lot of videos of him practicing with his jiu-jitsu trainer,
Yeah.
doing tosses and stuff like that, and going into arm bars and madness. But
Who knows how it's gonna be? But this.
we'll be giving our predictions next week.
You know
so.
who else has shitty punches that people won't critique as hard as Shane's?
Tyler.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. He has the same fucking like
Really?
especially when he does the Thez press, he does the same fucking like Shane punches.
Mm-hmm. So after that, we got the main event of the evening, which is odd.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman going up against Dean Ambrose. And I guess this was sort of just a let's put Dean Ambrose up against a giant of a man before he goes up against a beast and see how he does and whatever. Dean Ambrose ends up getting himself disqualified after grabbing a chair and attacking Braun Strowman, saying, you know, screw this, I don't care.
I'm crazy.
I'm wacky and crazy. And ends up getting himself disqualified, and he holds his own against the Wyatt family because he had the chair. So
Did he like say something to Heyman?
yeah, he went and talked to him for a little bit, and you know, tell your beast I'm ready or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. This Raw was kind of a little lackluster, I guess, especially like 2 weeks before Mania. You're supposed to be getting pumped and excited. I didn't really feel that.
Man, I was so excited about Zayn being there,
Mm-hmm.
but now like he's in the mix with all those other guys. I'm like,
And I think that's what it is. Maybe
The one thing I was super excited about now is kind of like meh, but it could turn into something good.
Yeah. Well, you also have to think of it this way. We're going to get one hell of a match from Sami Zayn at the Takeover. So he'll probably be a little tired, because he's going up against Shinsuke. And then 2 days later, he's got to get, he would have to go up against Kevin Owens, and they're going to expect him to be at his best. I don't know.
I mean, the silver lining to this is there's two dudes who know how to work a ladder match, it's fucking Steen and Generico.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Oh, we'll have to see how it all plays out.
They're the leaders of that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah.
The other guys
they'll
will
be in
be
there
off.
with a bunch of other dudes, but
still.
they will be the generals, sort of like sorting the mess out.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler will be there,
Freakishly
falling and
bumping.
Yeah.
And like, hey, look at me.
shouting out directions to everybody.
Hey, I'm a
Like the I'm a cap. So let's dive into Lucha Underground. Again, this is last week's Lucha Underground. I know this comes out on a Wednesday, and Lucha usually airs on a Tuesday, but for those of you who want us to talk about it, here's your chance. Tyler, you got to see it, right?
Yes.
Doug, did you happen to get to check it out?
I haven't seen jack shit of anything.
All right. Well, we kick Lucha Underground off. Do you mind if we talk about
No,
what
I mean,
happened,
I'm
or-
so far behind, I'm just going to have to find some time to marathon up.
Right.
This
Okay.
is a good episode. And
It
it's
really
leading
was.
Into this week is going to be a great episode, I think, too.
Yeah.
They're hyping it. As a
Yeah.
good episode.
Well, because this week is going to be not Ultimate Lucha, but
Can't think
oh.
of the name.
Aztec Warfare?
that's it.
That's it.
Aztec Warfare 2.
That's the Battle Royal?
Yes.
Okay.
But we kicked off last week's episode with Phoenix and Katrina face to face, and she was basically saying, you make me wonder if I chose the wrong side.
Yeah, he's like, I want your power.
Yeah. And basically, so we basically find out that Katrina and Phoenix, I guess, had a thing in the past.
Yeah.
Because
They were
she
kissing.
full on
honey
makes
dicking
it.
him, though?
Do what?
She's
What?
just like honey dicking him, like fucking with him.
No, like they full on make out, and she was like, "That's the last kiss you're
Yeah,
gonna get
but
from
you
me."
can-
but
That
at the
could
end,
be straight up honey dicking.
at the end, she kind of gave a cryptic message that was sort of like, I'm on your side. Like it was like something along. How does she put it? I need you to win or lose or something because I need you to bring me back from the dead or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know how she put it, but it sounded like she was on his side. But later on, she wasn't. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's all front.
It's all front.
But basically, she was forced to choose between life or death, being Phoenix and Mil Muertes, and she chose Mil Muertes instead.
Do you want to do you have an order like the backstage segments, or you want to get them all out of the way? How do you do it?
The ones that I have, I think, is in proper order.
Okay.
Segment, match, segment,
if you want
whatever.
to do it that way, whatever.
I mean, we can do whatever you want.
Okay. So this is all throughout the episode. Like Johnny Mundo comes up to
Prince Puma.
Yeah, because Puma's boxing and stuff, and he's just practicing and stuff. And Johnny's going in and taunting him and stuff, and it's like, hey, I'm better than you. I'm gonna beat you. What else did he say?
Last time I went easy on you, but this time gonna.
I know what
embarrass
Puma
you.
said. You don't even have to tell me that.
What did Puma
He
say?
didn't say shit.
That's right.
Because they don't let him talk because he has a weird voice.
He growls. He growls like a puma.
And then he punched through the bag.
He punched through the bag.
Yeah.
Not.
Bag.
He didn't punch the bag. He punched through the
That's not the
bag.
first time he's punched through a bag, huh?
I think he's done it before.
Yeah.
And then and now, guess who's coming back to the temple? Finally get his butt back to the temple. Is our man Dario Cueto.
That's
and
right.
with that the Black Lotus.
Black Lotus.
And then, was that his brother that came out of this?
Yes.
That was
that was
him?
our first
That
glimpse.
was the first. That was him.
Yeah.
Oh, he looked like a bloody mess.
What's
man.
his name? Matanza.
Yeah, he came out and he's like, "Yeah, it's time for us to return and take my temple back." And he showed the key and stuff.
What did you think about the first glimpse of him?
He looked like a badass, man. He looked like he just killed some. Well, his character did kill some fool. He had blood all over him.
I think he and Jason would get along very
It
well.
was a Jason-esque look.
Yeah.
Those-
Had the mask on, and the bloody overall, and
Yeah.
oversuit, and everything.
So they're on their way to the temple.
I mean, I know the guy, but I haven't seen him as Matanza yet. I haven't seen the
Matanza.
mask or whatever.
There's one segment. I'll wait until after a match because it does play after one match. So we'll keep on going.
Which segment is that?
Well, I guess I'll say it. Where Mil Muertes beats up the
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I didn't even have that on here, so it's a good thing. Yeah. So the matchup, we got to see Son of Havoc, Ivelisse Angelico going up against the Disciples of Death for the Trios Championship.
and stipulation, because the Angelico, Son of Havoc, and Ivelisse said if they don't, if they don't win, they're leaving.
Yeah,
or they'll split.
No, they'll leave the temple forever.
Leave the temple forever.
Yeah.
So that was an indication of something.
Yeah, that's a little bit of foreshadowing. You know, this is your most popular trios team, and you know
They need to get back on that. They need to get more trios teams, man.
I agree. I'd like to see more trios teams. You know, this was a fun, exciting matchup, as Lucha Underground tends to put out. The matches
there was a time I thought, what's it called? They're called Disciples? What are they called?
Yeah, the Disciples of Death.
I thought they were going to win. There was a close call.
A few near falls. But Son of Havoc, Ivelisse, and Angelico.
They were focused. They played that they were really focused.
Yes.
You know, they didn't.
They're a team now.
They were a team, and they're coming for their title.
That's right. They end up defeating the Disciples of Death to regain their trios
what do you think
championship.
Of their masks?
The Disciples of Death? I liked it better when they were all similar.
One color.
Yeah. Now you got like a purple and a green, and it's just too much. I don't know. Or red and green, whatever, blue. But yeah, that leads to the backstage segment with Mil Muertes.
Is like killing his disciples and stuff. He's like beating the shit out of him and actually killing them, and then Katrina is like comes up like, don't kill him, and he kills it.
He kills one of them.
He kills one of them. It's like, okay. And what she say? Let's because he has a title match that evening. So like, let's get focused and for the match.
That's right. We also had another segment with Rey Mysterio.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about
Dragon Azteca Jr., where I guess Rey Mysterio has been training him. Yeah. And he said, you know, hey, I got this invitation for you. It's to attend Aztec Warfare. I think you're ready. And Dragon,
I want you to go with me, Master.
And he's like, oh, trust me.
I got one too.
I got one of these too. So you're nothing special.
I'm with you.
So Rey Mysterio will be at Aztec Warfare.
Don't you know I'm Rey Mysterio? Yeah.
You think they would invite you over me? Come on.
You
now.
ain't heard? I'm fucking Rey Mysterio.
How do you like the?
I don't know. I'm not really digging it. I mean, props to him for being able to grow it out that long and braid it and all that. I'm not digging it. But after that, we got to see Tejano going up against Chavo in a bull rope match. And his boys, Chavo's boys, bailed on him.
Or what's left of the crew.
They bailed on him.
Yeah, they bailed on him because the last few weeks, whatever, or when they've been showing them, Chavo's been like, hey, you do this, you know, boss them around.
Yeah.
Like,
you do the dirty work.
You know, but this week, they were like, no.
They're like, no, you do it.
They were going to jump Tejano, but they're like, no, we're done. They walked out.
Like, screw that.
Yeah.
So, but Tejano ends up getting the victory over Chavo.
He got his rope back.
Yes, he did.
Chavo stole it.
After that, we got the main event of the evening, Phoenix and Mil Muertes for the Lucha Underground Championship.
They beat the shit out of each other. And like Mil did the same thing where he ripped it, Phoenix's mask again.
Mm-hmm.
But Phoenix did the same thing to Mil.
We got to see the hair of death.
We saw the hair of death.
Was it as good as the casket match? Casket match was pretty fucking good.
This match was pretty
awesome.
Like
almost equal.
Yeah.
What did they call the casket match last season?
It was something.
Something. It wasn't like.
It wasn't straight up casket. It
was something playing off the Day of the Dead thing. It was like something.
I can't remember.
De los Muertes or something, right?
Yeah, I just can't remember exactly.
I can't remember. That was a good ass match.
Yeah. This matchup was pretty awesome. You know, just make sure you go out and watch this one. Go out of your way to find this matchup because it was most enjoyable. And they beat the holy hell out of each other. Phoenix got busted open. Muertes, did he get busted open or did they just rip his mask?
Rip his mask.
Just rip the mask. But Phoenix, my God, like he got tossed around.
Oh my gosh! There was one time they were in the crowd. And Phoenix was running along the rail. He's about to jump, and Mil just pushes him. And he like lands in the audience and stuff.
Like lands into the chairs.
And I'm like, oh gosh.
It's like, nope, you don't get to do that spot. Sorry. Yeah, just throwing each other around and big hits, big action.
Gosh.
Really enjoyable.
And we have a new champion.
Yes, we do. It's Katrina.
It is Katrina.
No, it's not. Phoenix is your new Lucha Underground champion.
Katrina changes things up because say it again. What's next week? What's it called?
Aztec Warfare 2.
Yeah, instead of a battle royale for number one contendership is for the title because Phoenix is number 1 in it, and Mill is number 20.
So he has to defend it in the.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yep. So be on the lookout for Aztec Warfare 2 coming this week. So.
Oh my gosh, it's just like I don't know what's gonna happen. They're gonna have so many people like in there, like doing their thing, and there's so many storylines, so many things going on. Like, Dario Cueto's brother, Rey Mysterio, Johnny Mundo, Prince, all those guys in there and stuff. Like, what's gonna happen?
Are there like screenshots of Montanza like all bloodied up and shit?
I can try and find it.
I've seen the guy, but I haven't seen him in that gimmick.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
And didn't he have like glowing eyes? Or that was Mill. Oh, by the way, when that segment when he was kicking the disciples' ass or whatever, when he was hitting them, I think he was doing like electricity hits.
Mm-hmm.
Was that right?
Yes.
Remember that? He was hitting them. He was like doing like electricity. It was like affecting them. It was cool, and his eyes were glowing. It was badass.
Nice.
I'll have to see if I can find a picture of it, but
okay. Well, no, it's not pressing or anything.
No, I'm gonna find it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna find it. We're gonna do
it. We're gonna find this shit.
But no, they're really pumping this week's episode up, and I'm looking forward to it.
So I've heard a lot of talk about how this season's been felt like a step down from last season. How do you guys feel about that? Because I haven't seen since like the 3rd episode or something like that.
I feel yes, kind of. They've been doing good.
I've heard the talk has seemed to have been they went a lot bigger with the vignette stuff, and if you like that, then that's cool. But like the in ring and the stories felt a little down.
Some of the stories have been, I think, really good. There have been some misses with the matches, but I mean, I see it's a little step down.
Okay,
I see it,
that's fair.
But I'm still enjoying it though.
I mean, that's fair, you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the show.
I heard some shit about like a crazy like 3-way nunchuck battle that I need to see.
Yes.
Did I miss that? When was that?
That was Aerostar.
Wasn't it like whoever Daryl, PJ Black, and was it Jack Evans?
Jack Evans.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
or the week before or something like that. But yeah, you definitely need to check that out.
I heard it was like a 3-way nunchuck battle.
It was.
Okay.
Oh, who won that match?
Oh no, it was Drago.
You're right.
And then Jack Evans and PJ Black.
Who won?
And then after that fight, Aerostar reappeared to save Drago, and he was like, "I got my stuff."
But who won that match?
Which match?
That triple threat.
Which triple threat?
With the nunchuck.
Oh, it was a 2-on-1 basically.
Oh, so who won?
Jack Evans and
Are they a team?
PJ Black. I don't know. I only saw what was
the point is, PJ Black has been losing like everything except for that.
You gotta just press play. But yeah, so that pretty much does it. You want to do
Total Divas?
All right.
And now, Total Divas with Doug and Tyler. Mostly Doug.
No wonder people call you fat on Twitter.
Shut up! I have to say, I feel like a real diva.
You are a grown-ass woman.
Hi. Total Divas time. Yeah. Okay. It's just me on this one because Doug didn't see it. So
Mostly Tyler.
Yeah. So I've missed a few episodes. So okay, I think we're gonna start with Rosa and that new girl.
It's a lot of shadow. It's like that's cool though.
But no, he comes out the door.
Yeah, I mean I know, but it was shot very darkly. Talk to me about this fucking scooter thing. Did you see that one?
Scooter?
Brie Bella getting a scooter?
Unless that was last week's.
All right, all the questions I have are about the fucking weeks y'all didn't see shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That one.
I haven't seen any.
So I've like I heard
Don't worry.
something about like Brie Bella getting a scooter, and it was like the best segment possibly in the history of the show.
Oh man,
She gets Brian gets her to get a scooter off of Craigslist or something. I don't know.
Sounds like something that would happen. Yeah.
I don't know. I heard it was like the best.
Oh, I
The
gotta look
best
that
of
up.
them on
No,
the
I
one
didn't
time.
see that.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it was last week or the week before or whenever. I just heard something about it.
Rosa and the new girl, Mandy. What I don't know her stage name or whatever, but that blonde girl.
Well, I think she went by Amanda on Tough Enough.
Okay, well, this her boyfriend, or the one that knocked her up, Rosa, and he's going to Las Vegas for a business trip because I think he does something with like shirts or something, a print shirt, something along those lines. Well, she doesn't want him to go because she has trust issues about her past boyfriends like messed with her mind and all that stuff. She's just paranoid about a lot of stuff.
Like she thinks he's gonna fuck someone else.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry, babe, I gotta go, with my business and stuff. Like, she's like, please don't go. Please don't go. And I was like, I'm, and she was just freaking out. And everyone's trying to, later on, when she's talking to other people, that girl, Amanda, whatever, she's like, you just need to calm down. But just the whole episode, she's just paranoid. And then they pull up, like, Twitter or something. And there's, like, a picture of him by the pool with one of his, I guess, associates or whatever. He has his shirt off. He has like tattoos like all over his body. And I was like, oh, why does he have his shirt off? And like she's like freaking out because he has his shirt off by the pool. I'm like, okay. So they're trying to calm her down. And so she was using Amanda and her brothers because they were there too. And she took a picture and put on Twitter stuff like because they were at the beach. And she put on Twitter. And then later on, she's trying to get a hold of her boyfriend. He wouldn't answer it. And later on, he called her.
Because he was fucking somebody else.
It seemed like it.
I mean, that's how they shot it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they were like,
See, I can do this segment. I don't even have to watch.
Yeah. You already know. Yeah. You already know. And then
I know the score.
You know how it's shot.
She was like, oh, how's it going? It's like, hey, I saw that picture on Twitter. Who's those guys? They're like, oh, it's Amanda's brothers. They're in here. Say hello to them. And
Say hello to him.
yeah. And so later on,
Say hey.
Amanda.
Wait,
comes
isn't
in.
Rosa pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pregnant.
So she was like, so her way of getting it back is like, hey, you had your shirt off at the pool. Don't worry, I'm about to do this pregnant DP with these two dudes.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah, I can do this I can do this segment. I don't need the.
He knows. So then later on, he finally came home and they talked. She's so glad that he's there, and they finally talk and all that stuff. And he goes, "Babe, there's something I need to tell you." And then she's like, "Oh no. This is the reason for the trip and why I didn't call you." And she's freaking out. She goes, "I went over there to shop for a wedding ring." I thought he was like, "Oh no, he fucked some chick." Oh no. And I thought they were gonna go for that, but I was like, "Nah, this is total Divas. They wouldn't do that." But I was wrong. So and she's like, "Oh, really? You got this ring for me, the engagement ring?" He's like, "I'm sorry, I freaked out on you. Blah blah blah. I just didn't want to lose you." Blah blah blah, and that was it. And then we have Nikki Bella. We're coming off of whatever pay-per-view it was where she dropped the title to Charlotte.
Night of Champions.
Yeah.
When we were there.
Whatever.
And we watched it live.
Whatever. That was it. Yeah, that was it. I lost track of time. I don't know my shit. So she has a slight injury. Something with her spine or her neck. It was her neck. And they go to the doctor and they said, "We don't have to do surgery. You can fix this by doing rehab and stuff right there." And they go to the doctor and he's telling her what she can do and all that stuff. And then she's on this machine. And then she's with her mom. She's like, "Oh, how about we talk to John? He's used to going through injuries and he can go through it pretty fast. Maybe he can help me with this." So she asked John if he can help her. And he's like, "Okay, I'll help you." And he's being strict on her. The doctor says you have to do this because Nikki Bella was like not following the rules because she has to eat healthy too if she wants her, body to still be in shape and all that stuff. And she has to do certain exercises. But she was like, oh, like, can I have wine? She's like, probably like 1 or 2 glasses a week. And it's like, oh, I'd like to have like 4 glasses per night or something like that. And she's like, no, you can't have that. And she's like freaking out because she wants a glass of wine. And like they're working out and stuff. And John is just like giving her shit the whole time. Like, you're not doing this right. You're not doing this right. Like, come on, you need to do this. And she's getting frustrated. And then later on, they're like going to the restaurant, and he's like tempting her with wine and stuff. Like, here, you want some wine? And like, you can have 1 glass, but you better savor that because you can't have more than that. And she's just getting pissed off. And when they went to the restaurant, they were celebrating because her mom was in town. So when they got back to John's house, he was like, you have to, here's this weird neck pump. I don't know. It's like this thing that goes around your neck, and you have to pump it. I don't know. It was very weird. But he was saying something like, here you go. Here, I had to do this to you, but you have to get nasty or something like that. I don't understand what he was doing. But Nikki was like, I don't want to do this right now. It's like, I'm here with my mom. Just want to celebrate and all that stuff. And John's like, because she's freaking out. And John's like, hey, you're the one who wanted me to help. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine. He walked away and stuff. And then her mom was like, you did ask him for help. So you should probably just do what he says. And Nikki was like, yeah, you're right. So she goes and talks to him. She's like, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, instead of like a coach to help me, how about we just be lovers? Because it's better just being lovers than, So that was pretty much it on that. And now here comes the goofy story.
That sounds so dumb. Wait, I gotta. So they made it seem like John was right and that she was wrong. And not that he's just some, like, psycho who's willing to do too much to come back too soon. They made her seem like she was, like, the wrong person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Because they talk about, like, how he can come back from injuries pretty fast because he works at it and all that stuff.
She didn't eat her HGH or whatever.
It's pretty funny, really. The last segment is Natalya.
Was he, like, super emotionless about it?
Yeah.
They make him seem like the guy from American Psycho. They make John Cena seem like a serial killer.
The whole time, though, when they were, like, working out and stuff, like, he kept on, like telling her what to do, and then he would, like, reference her ass, like, the whole time and stuff like that.
He seems, like, devoid of emotion, like, on the show. He's always, like, I don't know. He makes me think of the one time he showed any personality was that time they had to play all those fucking games where he, like, whooped her ass in all those games or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the one time. Every time, any other time they show him, they make him seem like he's her dad or.
Yeah, no, that's what she said. Because whenever she was like at the house when he came back, it's like, you need to do this, and she's like, whatever, Dad. She said that. What else? She do?
So weird.
Funny, like he kept on like reference her ass and like.
But it was probably some like cleverly, not even cleverly. It was like some meticulously planned like little comment to make him seem like less like, because he's so super guarded on the show, to make him seem like a normal person when he's actually a serial killer. So they probably have to make him seem like I should say something about her ass so I don't seem so psycho. I don't know.
Yeah. They showed like a clip, like she was working out and she stopped and played her phone. He would go up to her, take her phones, like, yeah, phones belong over here. And like she was just getting pissed the whole episode about this little thing.
Talking to her about Huey Lewis in the news.
It's you have to see it. I think it's quite hilarious. And then the last segment is with Natalya and TJ. So they go over
Can I guess what happened?
Go ahead.
Does it involve cats?
Oh, the cat's in it.
I know the cat's in it.
Of course, the cat's in it.
This is a family thing. It's Natalia's family. Jim,
best supporting character.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Jim and I don't know what her mom's name is. Yeah, the mom. Jim and the mom. And,
Mrs. Anvil.
Mrs. Anvil. So she was talking about like how they never like took pictures together because when she was younger, her dad was always on the road. So like, how about we, take a family picture? And then like they were like brainstorming some ideas and like, oh yeah, we can do like pink, this type of color. And then like shirts and stuff. And then they're like, oh yeah. Well, the mom was like, I talked to my grandchildren. The grandchildren weren't not on the show, but like they gave me an idea for the shirts. So they had like this pink shirts with like these.
Who's the grandchildren?
I don't know.
Because they showed Natty's sister, and she's Big E's all there. They always play up the tension between her and Big E, like they're gonna fuck or they've been fucking or whatever. And then also like she's with TJ, and neither one of them have kids. So
I don't know. She said grandchildren, unless there's another child that they don't mention.
All right.
Show. But they have some weird ass shirts.
Like the third Manning brother. I know you don't get sports, but okay. Anyway,
there's a third Manning brother.
Yes.
What about fourth?
No.
So they're at pink shirts with these mittens, just like glued on the side.
Kitten mittens.
It was like kitten mittens, yeah. And like it doesn't make sense. But Natalia's like,
kitten
no,
mittens.
like why do we have that? She goes, well, the grandchildren want it. I'm not gonna tell them no. I'm like, so they have like these mittens just like right here, like on the shirt. Like it makes no sense. And Natalia's freaking out because they're all being goofy and stuff. And like Natalia wants like a serious picture and stuff, and like her family and stuff. And they get a photographer to come over, and like she's being serious, and like they're all like making jokes, and like Natalia gets like pissed and stuff. And like, oh yeah, they also put the cat in like a pink sweater. And the cat didn't like it, but and TJ's just making fun of Natalia the whole time. He's like, "Why are you being so serious about this? This is a picture." And but she had to walk away because like her sister, like she had like a glass, I guess wine or something in her hand, because they were like had props and stuff in their hands, and like she dropped the glass or something and shattered, and Natalia just freaked out like, "You're not taking this serious," and blah 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 blah. I'm like. Well, she's freaking out for no reason. And then she finally came to her senses and like, I'm sorry, I just wanted a good picture. And like TJ was the one to talk her out of it. Like, hey, you have to realize your family's having fun with this too. Why do you have to act, so uptight?
Yeah, they take all the good people off the show, and then they leave all the weird people, like the most boring people.
Yeah. Because we don't see Vinny.
Well, Vinny and Ariane were like an interesting and fun couple, and also Naomi was like the one normal person on the show.
And John.
That's why they took her off.
I know, but she was the one who was, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know.
Voice of reason, get that out of here.
I don't really care for whoever this new girl is. She don't do nothing. She's just there. And then this episode they didn't show.
I mean, I'm not like, I haven't seen very many episodes, but what I've seen is Paige is so fucking annoying.
Oh yeah, she is.
I mean, she's like she's young, but still, she's fucking. It's inexcusable how annoying she is.
Yep, and that is it.
Girl bye.
A little delayed reaction on that one. All right.
I had like ice in my. I took a big bite of this ice, and Tyler was like, "Hey, do you want to do the thing?" And I spit it out.
You got to do the thing. So,
gotta do the thing, man.
Good stuff. So, with that being said, it's time to go into the hot topics of the night.
Hot topics.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan, his lawsuit against Gawker.
Okay, so break it down to me. So, what's the lawsuit about? Like, it's about his porno, or the thing they.
Invasion of privacy.
Oh,
from
so
someone.
he didn't actually make it a porno? Or what
no, someone filmed him.
It was sold to Gawker.
Yeah. And then it was distributed without his consent or something along those lines.
There's other articles of people like, oh, is this going to ruin Gawker's like image? And I'm like, I don't even know what Gawker is. What is Gawker?
No idea.
Okay. I think their whole deal is this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't know how it could.
Anyway, so he sued him for damages of his image and all that.
Because that had the racist stuff on it, right?
Yeah, I believe so. He ended up winning the case, and the jury awarded him $115 million, plus an additional $25.1 million for punitive damages.
God, does Gawker, they have that amount of money? Gawker?
I don't believe so. But they're going to have to come up with it somehow.
I mean, I think they're a big deal. They're like
I think one of the articles that I read said that they're worth like $86 million. So
I'm sure they're like owned by a parent company.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. That's a lot of Skrilla, though. I mean,
Mhm.
Hogan's getting paid.
And of course, the internet went nuts and started
I saw the videos
posting
and stuff.
memes
Like,
and
it's
stuff.
It's like Hulk Hogan, like he was like on the stand, and ripping his shirt off or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
And there's one that just got posted by our buddy John of you remember the show DuckTales,
Yeah.
where he would dive into the pool of gold or whatever. There's one of
elbow drop into the gold?
no, he's doing the leg drop. So
Scrooge McDuck.
yep,
Brother.
McHogan. So yeah, other hot topic news. There was a report that came out from TMZ saying that Sting was planning on retiring, and the internet blew up for that. And then he came out and claimed that he's okay, and he's not officially retired yet.
I thought WWE posted that too.
I don't know. I didn't see where they
I know
did.
TMZ did, but I don't
Yeah, TMZ and a bunch of websites caught on to it. But then I guess in a later interview, he said, well, I'm not officially retired yet, but it is coming, I'm guessing. In some TNA news, for those who have not heard, Eric Young and Bobby Roode have announced that they have both left TNA. So, more bad shots for TNA. These guys, two of the staple names when you think TNA.
Yeah, they were in Team Canada when it first started up and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a few people that's been there for a long time who hasn't left. Like I'm surprised Abyss hasn't left.
Yeah.
And then James Storm just signed a 50-year contract, so he's stuck in there.
Yep.
Where the fuck is Abyss gonna go?
I don't know.
Japan.
I don't know who would want him. I don't know.
How old is he?
He's not young.
Yeah.
Because Rude is 39. I mean, I don't know if WWE. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, they can still. I don't know. I would like WWE to take Rude. That'd be cool. And Young.
We'll have to see what the future holds for those guys, but it's pretty. It's really not looking good.
I don't think they
for,
have any of the
for
originals.
TNA.
Well, Abyss was kind of original. I don't know
Yeah.
if it was original.
But like I went to their
Storm, maybe
website.
original?
I went to their website just the other day and I looked at their current roster.
They still have some people who have already left that are on the roster, like Austin Aries.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle.
I'm sitting there going, this guy's gone, this guy's gone. He's technically here, but he's never there. Like King Mo.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lashley, he appears every once in a while. But I'm like, man, and if you I think I counted it was like 30 people or something total. That's like with commentators, referees, and all that. Like,
they have a lot more in their alumni.
Yeah.
Than their current.
Like their current roster is dwindling. It's not looking good. But for those of you who are fans of Jeff Hardy, he announced that whenever he passes away, he would like to donate his brain for scientific purposes. And he's actually joining the ranks of Rob Van Dam, Kevin Nash, and Mick Foley.
Oh, they said that too?
Yeah, I guess to study, brain damage in wrestlers, concussions.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That would really help. I mean, I don't want to hear that. That's sad, but that's also good too. In their past.
Well, yeah.
You don't want to hear no one dying, but.
I mean, later on down the line,
On the fountain of youth.
Yeah. For those of you who are fans of Luke Harper, he was possibly injured following Raw during a dark match. There was a video that surfaced of him in the ring, and he went back to throw a punch and just crumpled under his own weight, and fell awkwardly down on his leg, and it looks like it might have been around his knee, maybe his quad area, something like that.
People getting hurt.
But he rolled out of the ring and didn't get back in, and the trainer was taking care of him, and there were reports of him, crying out in some bit of pain. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Maybe it was just a bad cramp, but I don't know. They can't deal with any more injuries. It's not looking good there either. But in good news, I think we reported on it a little bit a couple weeks ago. Cesaro is expected to return in April, I believe is the time. So be on the lookout for the return of the Swiss Superman. Should be pretty exciting. For those of you in the New York area, they were expecting to have Daniel Bryan Appreciation Night out at Madison Square Garden this Friday, and it has been postponed. Apparently, Daniel Bryan asked for some time off and was granted it. So no word as to when they're going to reschedule or if they'll reschedule. But Daniel Bryan Appreciation Night, Madison Square Garden, not taking place this Friday. Sorry about that. For those of you who are planning on attending WrestleMania, more specifically WWE Access, superstar Billy Graham has been pulled from the event due to a health issue, and in taking his place will be the hardcore legend Mick Foley.
Mick Foley wasn't set to appear in WrestleCon?
I don't believe so. No. I think his daughter will be, but not him. And for those of you who live in the Houston or greater Houston area who like to attend Comic Palooza like we do, Ric Flair is going to be out there, courtesy of Clutch City Productions. So it's going to be really cool stuff. And that's going to be taking place in June, not May this time. Normally it was Memorial Weekend. We always went up there for my birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday weekend. It's been pushed back to June for this year. So we'll have to see.
Oh, fuck. Is it going to be in June?
Yeah, June 19th or 18th, the 19th, and 20th, I believe.
Well, that sucks. I'll be in Florida in June.
Oh.
You go to Disney World?
Disney World.
Cool.
You going to go to Full Sail?
If there's something scheduled during that time.
Nice. Fingers crossed on that.
This year I realize it's only like 18 minutes away. So I'll check.
Really? It's only 18 minutes?
It's like Full Sail's in Winter Park, which is like 20 minutes from Orlando or whatever.
That's cool. Nice. For those of you who are interested in the NXT Takeover Dallas card, here's an updated card. It will be taking place on April the 1st. Now, WrestleMania is April the 3rd. So if you do a little backtracking, you're going to find out that's a Friday night because Saturday night will be the Hall of Fame.
It's going to be a joke. It's not on April 1st.
It's April Fool's Day. Yeah, so here's an updated card. You got Sami Zayn going up against Shinsuke Nakamura, which I'm sure is going to absolutely tear the house down. Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. That should be a fun little match. Dash and Dawson going up against American Alpha for the NXT Tag Team Championships, which, again, is going to be another great matchup. Bayley versus Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship, which is going to be an amazing matchup. And then the main event, Finn Balor going up against Samoa Joe for the NXT Championship, which is going to be a really great matchup. So this is looking like a really stacked show. And for those of you who are lucky enough to attend it, take as many pictures as you can, soak in the moments, enjoy it, because it's going to be awesome. I'm really
wish we could be there, but nope.
Yep.
Cannot.
Can't go up there on a Friday. Sorry. But yeah, so that's going to do it for the hot topics. Time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question comes to us from Sunny, saying, if you were in charge of creative and had the choice of turning 3 wrestlers or tag teams, who would they be? I'd consider the Wyatts, Ziggler, and Neville.
Turning like
from heel to face or face to heel. I would do Roman. I would turn Roman heel. Just be the badass, silent ass kicker. Maybe turn Ziggler heel. And then, I don't know. I feel like I would need to turn someone face, but I don't know who.
I don't know. I'm thinking.
How about you, Doug? Is there anyone?
I'd probably call up Baron Corbin and push him as the top babyface.
Yeah. Top
like
babyface? Wait a minute.
he was going for it.
Okay, what?
What?
Yeah. You fucking heard me.
Hey, all right.
Hey, man, you saw how Baron Corbin beat Neville in that match. That big match.
So who
happened.
Who would you turn?
Shit, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to go with a cheap answer. How about the New Day heel? I'm going to turn them heel.
Turn them back to heel. That'll work. All right. A real answer from me, Doug, or no?
He was serious.
I got another one.
All right.
Corbin.
So there you go. Final question coming to us.
I don't know who's on the roster anymore.
Final question coming to us from Canadian War Machine, saying, hey guys, been listening for a while now and really enjoy the show, more so than the podcast done by a guy I know. Anyways, just wanted to ask, why is there no love whatsoever for TNA? They're putting out a decent product now, and they need the support, not put downs. Other than that, great show, guys, and keep up the great work.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, first off, thank you very much for listening. We always appreciate it.
I think it's just, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to watch it to get like a feel of it again.
Yeah.
But like, there's just so many things that are happening. Like, I know like a lot of people are leaving and stuff, and I don't know. I guess it could be good. I just haven't seen it since it debuted on Pop.
Yeah. The constant channel changes and stuff like that. I want TNA to succeed, but every time I tune in, I can't watch it for more than a few minutes.
Why?
I don't know. There's just something. I don't know if it's the commentary, like if it's Josh Matthews or what. But
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Pope on commentary.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's just there's something about it that is not connecting with me. Like I'm loving NXT. I'm loving Lucha Underground. I'm loving.
I wish Pope was a wrestler again. He did great in TNA. I felt like he had a good run.
But I don't know. I try to set aside only so much time to watch wrestling.
But times I saw like EC3 did like very good. I liked when I watched him and all that stuff. But like,
well, it's like I turned it in one week and EC3 was a heel, and then like the very next week he was a face, and I was like,
well, no,
what
he
the
was
hell
a heel
happened?
since he got in the company.
Oh, yeah.
So he was a heel for a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the transition whenever he probably got like beat and like Tyrus like jumped ship on him too. So that's when he turned face.
Yeah. And now Matt Hardy's already lost the title that he like just won not too long ago.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long he's been having it, but Drew Galloway.
Yeah.
But also another person to leave TNA, Ken Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah, that was reported that he left. So, I don't know.
Here's the deal with like that. And I haven't been watching TNA, but that's because I haven't been watching anything. So I just don't have any free time to watch any wrestling right now. But when I have free time, I watch a lot of wrestling, and I do keep up with TNA. But it's hard for me to tell anybody else that they need to watch TNA. And I can't get down on anybody who just can't be bothered to tune in, because TNA has done so wrong for so long that they've burned the trust of anyone who has ever thought about supporting them, who's ever checked out the programming, who's ever tuned in. And I'm not talking just like a little bit burned over a little bit of a time. I'm talking about being a complete and utter cesspool of a company for years upon years upon years. And so when you burn people who want to like your product, like there's only so much they're going to allow themselves to be burned before they're just not going to come back. And who posted this question? What was the guy's name? It's not super important.
I think it was Canadian War Machine.
Canadian War Machine, and a Canadian War Machine could come on our page and say, guys, TNA has had a really solid little wrestling show for the past few months, and I believe him. They probably do have a solid little wrestling show for the past few months. They're probably doing a pretty decent little show. The problem with that is, after being such a fucking cesspool for so fucking long, you have to do better to earn people's trust back than to be a little solid, good wrestling show for a couple of months. It's time to be actively good, or people don't care. They're not coming back. Mm-hmm. And just because some miserable fuck of a person like me has nothing better to do than watch your shitty wrestling show doesn't mean everyone else is coming back. It just doesn't work that way.
And it could also be a part of, they tape their shows so much in advance that you can go and read the spoilers for what's going to happen from now until like June and be like, okay, well, I know what's going to happen. No reason for me to tune in.
It's not any one little thing. It's a myriad of reasons that they are unsuccessful.
Yeah.
They make continued bad business decision after continued bad business decision. They make continued. Well, okay, I haven't watched since the first few episodes since they moved to pop, like Tyler was talking about. So this is excluding the past few months, which they, by all accounts, we are taking Canadian War Machine at his word, and they have a solid wrestling show. I buy that they do. I'm sure that they do. It's just not going to turn anyone's heads who's left. I mean, but they've made continued bad creative decision after another bad creative decision, business decision after business decision. They have wasted they have wasted huge chunks of the prime of great wrestlers' careers where they could have been flourishing somewhere else.
Yes.
They have. Yes. Let's be honest. When Daniel was talking about I hate to see. I want them to do all. No, let's. I think we've passed the point of we need to wish TNA well, because I think they're actively fucking hurting pro wrestling at this point as a whole, because there's not going to be a competitive number 2 because TNA has done so fucking wrong with so many of these fucking people who are interested in carrying pro wrestling, that anytime any competent pro wrestling company that has their shit together and wants to get on a bigger stage, these places are not going to want to deal with another professional wrestling company, because TNA has burned all these fucking bridges for people. People are not going to want to be bothered to deal with pro wrestling. I think it is not just we don't owe them any support. It's time for them to you got to do more than be a solid wrestling show, because you've been a total cesspool for years and years. And they're actively hurting the business, I think, at this point. And they're actively, I don't know, you just can't, I don't see how anyone can say, guys, they need our support, they need to not be put down or whatever, because they've burned all those fucking bridges themselves with handfuls of matches and handfuls of gasoline, and they didn't give a fuck, and they have been so incompetent for so long that, I mean, it's on them. They earned this. They fucking earned it. Okay? Yeah. They earned it.
I think the time I checked out of TNA, stopped watching it, because there was times I would watch it constantly. I think the time I really checked out was when the Aces and Eights. The rest when I think they're around the time where I checked out, and I would check in every now and then.
I mean, with any company, there is a bright spot here and there, but they have just been so. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to talk about them because they've done so wrong and so bad for so long that it's hard to give them any credit, because they trade on their reputation of being so bad. Their reputation is so bad that people aren't coming back. Someone has to say TNA is fucking awesome, and TNA's been fucking awesome for the past 6 months. Maybe people will turn in and see what's going on. Not TNA needs our help. They're doing a good little job for the past couple of months. Yeah. It's not doing okay and doing solid is not good enough anymore. It's get good or fuck off is a lot of people's attitude, and I can't front them. I mean, I can't fault them anymore.
I'll give you a personal story of my experience with TNA. Now, in doing the podcast, you have to deal with a lot of rejection, so you kind of get used to it whenever you ask people, hey, would you like to come on to our show? I appreciate it, thanks, no thanks, or they don't respond at all. I send out, I do every once in a while, I'll send out a blast where I send 5 or 6 different people an email, hey, we would love to have you on our show, could we set up a time or something like that? One of them, in which was Gail Kim, while she's at TNA. Said, hey, I know you are switching channels. This is whenever they went from Spike to Destination America. Hey, I know you are looking to get some advertisement out there, get the word out. Hey, TNA is moving to this channel. You want to check it out? She was like, yeah, absolutely. I would love to come on your show. Just email this guy, get clearance from him. So I said, great. Thank you very much. I'll get in touch with him. Email the guy, representative of TNA. And I said, hey, I just spoke to Gail Kim. She would love to be on our show. What do I need? What do you need from me in order to get this rolling? He says, oh, awesome. Just fill out this information, this little form, send it back to us, and we'll get back in touch with you. Well, I'm like, great, no problem. I'll fill it out right now. 20 minutes later, I'm done. Send it back to him. Hey, if there's anything else you need from us, feel free to let me know. And he says, great, we'll be in touch. So a couple days go by, no word. A week goes by. Hey, man, just checking in. Is there anything you need from us? Is there anything else? Get a response. Oh, we'll be in touch. A couple weeks later, hey, still haven't heard from you. You know, the premiere on Destination America is coming up. Do y'all need anything from us? Like, what is there anything that we're missing that was not on that form that you need from us? Because we'd really like to get this interview. Never heard back. So it's one of those where it's like, okay, you're struggling right now, in which they are. They are definitely struggling to stay afloat. You would think that, okay, here's a you know, I'm not trying to hype our show above anyone else's, but like, here's a show that's credible. It's got a following, and you know, it has an audience. It can reach people. Let's get someone out there to help spread the word. Like, we are reaching out to you guys saying, hey, the fans need to know this. Let us help.
You're actively downsizing your audience, your potential audience, by moving to smaller channel after smaller channel.
Yeah.
Do you want us to help people know that you're going to be on this other channel?
Exactly.
I mean, there's one thing when we get big leagued by people who are in a position to big league us.
Right.
But if you're not in a position to big league us and you're big leaguing us.
But it was just the fact that it's like, here's someone actively reaching out. Hey, we would love to help you. All that we ask in return is an interview. Let us talk to some of your talent. The interview that we got with Robbie E. and Miss Tessmacher those years ago, that was under the table. That was, hey, Robbie E., you know, we met him at that wrestling show in Louisiana, and he was like, hey, here's my personal Facebook page. Message me on that, and we'll go from there. And so that's how we set that up.
Did we have other TNA superstars?
We've had Tyrus on, and that was a simple reaching out to his Facebook page. Hey, we'd love to have an interview. When are you available? And he's like, hey, here you go.
You had Kid Cash, but that was right after he left TNA.
Yeah, we've had Shark Boy. So we've talked to TNA talent, but
I mean, we had Ray, but he was gone from TNA too.
Yeah. But it's just the fact that, you know, we're here wanting to help spread the word, and they're doing nothing about it. Like, even after weeks of me going, hey, is there anything else you need? Is there anything? Like, even right now, I'm dealing with someone who is not responding to my emails. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't stop responding to my emails. And all of a sudden, you just quit. Like, that just annoys the heck out of me. Like, just a simple, hey, I appreciate the thought. We're not interested at this time. That's all you have to say. Check back in a month. Check back in 2 months. I'm like, great. I'll post a reminder on my calendar and get back with you. But it's like, oh, get with me next week. And so next week comes and I send you an email and they're like, no response. I'm like, here's the conversation we've had. We have conversed.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just stuff like that. You know, you try and help out and it's like they don't want your help. So I don't know. What can you do in those kind of situations? And I know that there are shows out there that, you know, try and dig up dirt. But we're not one of those shows. We're not sitting there to antagonize our guest and bring them on just to
we just like have a good
them.
time, you know?
Yeah.
Just chat with them.
Yeah.
Not get like, hey, here's the dirty scoop.
Yep. So other than that, what can you do? I mean, we've tried, and I don't know. I tried to watch TNA, and like I said, there's just something that I just can't connect with it.
I've watched. I watched some clips of since they've been on Pop, like certain things, but I haven't watched the full show on Pop, so.
And it's like I have the Pop channel, and I have a DVR. Yeah, I have all of that.
I need to sit down and when I get a chance to watch it, just episode.
And it's like I tried to record it and go back and watch it, and I got about 10 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm not interested in this. I don't know what it is. I'm just not connected.
So do you know if they have like a general manager figure?
No idea. I haven't watched the show in weeks. So, but that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you for the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube channel, WNS Video. Also, our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook.
Oh, wait, real quick.
Wait.
That was not like a personal attack on...
No.
Canadian War Machine's opinion. Like,
right.
If you like the show, fucking right on, dude.
Yeah.
Do your thing, homie. It's just, you know, it is what it is, you know?
It is what it is. So make sure to subscribe to our show on iTunes, and feel free to give us a review if you agree with our opinions and all that. Let us know what you think, and search Wrestling News Source Podcast on iTunes.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
The podcast is on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel, and Tyler is at Tyler_Aber.
There you go. For the podcast crew, I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Aber.
I'm Doug.
And we will catch you all next week for our WrestleMania predictions.